and we've got monitors so that they here can see. We've got a pretty good crowd lined up watching what's going on in that other fantasy land, which is so many hundreds of thousands of miles out. I see now on our monitor that our rockets are still circling in a somewhat smaller orbit.
Welcome to my new Source Vintage YouTube channel. I'm going to be using this just to show off interesting bits that I find. I'll be doing reviews of various events, shops, centres, etc. that I go to. For my first video today, I'm going to tell you about these 4 reels for a reel-to-reel player, and they are live personal recordings from Apollo 11 moon landings and the return in Apollo 10. So it's live recordings from the footage in America. So that's quite cool. It's, you know, a personal piece of memorabilia from somebody from that time. I find it pretty cool because I wasn't alive back then. I didn't witness the moon landings. Something like this, I mean, you can see the footage, the pictures, but, you know, hearing a live recording from somebody watching the footage in America, I think is pretty cool. Brings it to life for me. So I'm going to pick out a few bits from the reels. I should explain that we don't have the right reel-to-reel player to play the best quality from the reels. They're recorded on both sides, so when you're listening to it, you can pick up the sounds on the other side, if that makes sense. But you can pick out bits. Unfortunately, the takeoff, one of the launch is, you know, pretty distorted, so you can't really make that out. But there's still some pretty cool bits in there, so we're going to find some of those. So yeah, if you're interested, stay tuned. So thankfully, my wife is a music producer. So we're actually in her studio right now. I'm never allowed in here, so this is pretty cool as well. LNA does audio stuff. She has her own YouTube channel, so she's told me to tell you to subscribe to that, but more importantly, subscribe to my new Source Vintage YouTube channel for some, well, hopefully some pretty cool adventures. So let's get ready for liftoff. This bit that I'm about to play you is some moon theories, really. What is the moon made of? We'll find out what the experts say, and then we'll just play a few little bits from the different reels and we'll see how we get on. So here we go.
Scientists agree by high-speed meteorites coming in. At the center is a typical cluster of impact craters. The shape of the shadow shows a steep side to each crater. What we are going to do is to fire a bullet from a Model 660 Remington rifle to each of our moon soil samples to see what kind of craters we get. The bullets travel at 2,000 miles an hour, nearly the speed of the medium. First, cement powder. Notice the high steep walls. We haven't been able.
So the launch has happened. That was slightly distorted for us to hear. So, but they're now doing 2 orbits, I think, around Earth before they then head to the moon. So this is a little bit from the astronauts.
Roger.
You guys are doing a good job. It's a real steady picture here. Clarity is excellent. The color, it's the clouds are, the whites are distinct. The rest of it looks like to me anyway, on the monitor I'm observing, is a fairly greenish blue, is the way I describe it. Over. It appears that we can't observe telemetry of much green from the spacecraft. Roger. On this monitor, the landmass appears to be just a darker grayish color rather than a brown. Well, it's true that we do not have the depth of color at this range that we enjoyed at 50,000 miles out. However, the ocean is still a definite blue, and
So as you can probably hear, they're describing what they can see. So they're describing the colours of the ocean everything else that they can see. So fascinating. I'm sure you're pleased you've tuned it. We're going to try and find some more interesting
There was
bits.
the bit with the little window.
Little window.
Yeah, it's getting a lot better now, 11. Mikey coming in standby. I got a good room for the three of them, and I think we're all learning to find our favorite little corner to sit in. G's very comfortable, but after a while you get to the point where you're sort of get tired of rattling around and banging up the ceiling and the floor and the side, so you tend to find a little corner somewhere and put your knees up or something like that to wedge yourself in, and that seems more at home.
So that's pretty cool. They're describing the conditions inside Apollo 11. So, you know, how comfortable it is. They're saying they're rattling around a bit, so they find their favourite corners in the space shuttle to just rest, put their feet up, and yeah, pretty cool, really. Brings it to life. We'll find some more bits for you. Stay with us if you're interested. Excellent. Okay, so found another interesting bit. This is Apollo 10 returning home. It's a bit of coverage leading up to it about conditions in the sea, where they're going to land, and a few other interesting points. So if you listen closely, very cool.
Dangling under those parachutes for some told it's good, but how good is it, Gordon Barnes, our meteorologist?
It's actually quite good. Seas have a gentle swell of some 3 to 5 feet, and there's a light east to southeast wind of 10 to 15 knots. There are a few light rain showers in the area, however they should not affect the recovery.
Some of our ladies around here at CBS News Space Center point out that that system was designed by one of the top women engineers in the aerospace industry, Bobby Johnson out there.
That's right. Bobby has done a terrific job on this, and she's really mothered this system through, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that we have a perfect entry monitor system this time.
So now we're back at Apollo 11, halfway to the moon. So we're now going to be hearing from the guys live, apparently. So.
Good evening. We're waiting at any moment now the third transmission by television from the Apollo mission, now more than halfway on the way to the moon. We should be hearing from them any second from now. They have established contact with Houston. Of course, they're in contact at all times with Houston, but Houston tells us they expect the television picture at any moment now. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, Mike Collins are doing very well, and are now on their way to the moon and past the halfway point, as I suggested. That came at 10:30 this morning, and they are now 128,431 miles from Earth. They're proceeding at 4,386 feet per second, and that's 2,982 miles an hour. Here's the picture from the Apollo 11.
To the left, at 1 definite mile north west of Alaska, looks like about 500,000 miles, and another very minor storm showing south end of the sea near the a long way south of the equator, probably 45 degrees or more south latitude. Pretty good picture on clarity here. We're having, can you tell us, it appears to us that there are two distinct cloud formations trending east-west, one approximately about around the equator, and one around 30 or so south latitude. Could you tell us exactly where those cross the land masses are? The lower part of Mexico, probably through Central America. That is the equatorial band, which we assume to be the antropical convergence zone. The other band, which is and then running out the equatorial, the ecliptic plane, and the stars that you're using for navigation. Water,
cream of chicken soup for having lunch. Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed our trip to the moon. I hope we found some mildly interesting bits for you. If you're interested in antiques and vintage, etc., then I'm going to be posting some more videos on this channel, various different bits, interesting finds. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then please subscribe, hit the bell icon. So until my next video, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Also, I write a weekly blog every Monday, which you can find on my website, source-vintage.co.uk. I'll put the link below. I do interviews with industry professionals and legends, some of whom are off the TV, and about interesting finds again. So hopefully there'll be some cool stuff coming up, because we're going to be, fingers crossed, coming out of lockdown. So I'll be able to get out and about again. So subscribe, hit the bell icon, read my blog. It's been going for a while now, so if you're interested in what I've been up to, get involved, yeah. So see you next time.
Also spinning in an orbit, as spinning in an orbit are our 3 astronauts now at that part of the moon which we never used to see, and which used to be perhaps the only really wonderful mystery we had. Some of them are still on the kind of Tunerville trolley transportation, which is earthbound, and some...